Okay. So unit three is the thing that you're dreaming of your community or your city, and you summarize the two things that I would like to see. One thing, you have to come up with some idea, which just can be new and management. Maybe you can find another work, another engagement, another action that can improve your community. That could be new management that we're providing for new management. And also, it could never work without people. So you have to mention about people as your stakeholder. And that's why we were creating new governance of the city. So these two things I will see on unit number three that you guys will summarize all of the class. I will looking for the new action for proving community as a new management, and also we try to find the new people, the new citizenship, the new groups that you bring in to this concept, to this report, and that could be the new that we can build up the new governance of the city. Okay, don't forget to do it. You have almost 2 weeks to done it, so good luck. And yes, don't worry because I already recorded and all the record is on YouTube right now, so you can find it later. And today we will be talking about learning city. And in my position, I am the research unit called urban vernacular. Okay, it's not new with these two words, but when urban and vernacular combine together, do you have any idea about it? Let's talk to me. CP, hello, that's you are, the girl with the
Hi
glasses.
there.
Hello.
Yes.
What do you think about this word, urban vernacular?
Um,
Do you think?
I would like to approve with the I will choose like equality
Mhm.
and the like to approve to a city that prioritize the equitable access to service and improve improve their life, and also the you know it will describe people who live in a city must be enjoyable. So yeah, I would like to choose this thing. Yeah.
Well, I think that's the point. That's the point, CP. I already think so. Like sometimes we're talking about vernacular, we have to go back far away in the suburb, in the countryside. We didn't think like the land we live at the city have some vernacular data or some vernacular thought in it. We just erase it and we call this is a city without knowing beforehand. Before we giving the city concept, we already existing something, right? And urban vernacular is the new way to see the city. It's just not a city as a street, as a skyscraper, building, train station. All of this we just giving by modern concept, right? It's all come from top to down, and it's all modernity thought. It's really dividing you by geography thing, grid line, everything connect by line. Everything is so modern. It's so constructivism, right? It's so constructionism. So the way that you see the news is like the city is just not a city before. They still have something. They still have the marginal people inside of the city. So that is how we see the city in the new perspective. Okay, so learning city is the new strategy for 21st century lifelong learning. So everyone in the city can learn feeling inclusively inside the city. It doesn't mean you're giving the knowledge to the city. The city already exceeds the knowledge. The city already full of the elements of learning about old buildings, new culture, the way that you live, any survival tactic that homeless do, all the marginal people, all the homeless, all the um, street food, all of this is the resort that can be learned. So that's why the city itself, the urban itself, they have many resort, many assets. And one thing that I would like to see is The urban vernacular is just not tangible thing. It's intangible thing as well about the connecting of the people, about social spaces. Right now, we have to agree we never um, engage or gather in blue coffee shop anymore. We can gather in gallery, we can gather in cafe, we can gather in any places, or sometimes we gather in social media, and that we can have a pop-up event and do the movement by hashtag, by everything. This is our new resource as well. So when you're thinking of the city, it doesn't have to give you an idea, or you see problems and you try to improve, try to solve. That is very 20th century. 21st century, we see the city itself. What is the value of the city? Even Yangon, Myanmar, Hong Kong, Mandalay, Chiang Mai, Lamphun, any place of the world, we have it our own resort. And that is the value, that is the knowledge that we can learn. We have to learn about it because we're creating our spectacular, identify our itself by that knowledge. So that's why the more that you disrupt, the more digital disrupt, the more value that locationing is mean, right? You don't have to go to New York to learn an art. You can learn an art in everywhere, but do you know where you are? It's very sad because where you are, where we are right now is, how to say, like less recording, less literaturing in the books. We have no idea about where we are right now. So that is how we see the city. And one thing, we have to promote it as a lifelong and inclusively. So it doesn't mean like only for the young people, like only for the freshmen, only for the university school, for every ages could learn and any place, anytime. So that is the key about learning city. So here in America, right, this map you already seen, we have the different locationing of the city. That's why just only that, we have many idea about it because we living in different geography. And Chiang Mai, as you see, right, it was developed. And the word developed, we never learn about the failure of the developed. All of the government written only good develop, right? When we heard about the developments, we all see we improve, we solve something. But developments is not that everything that turned to be better, something turned to be worse. And that strategies come up to the land called Chiang Mai. We understand Chiang Mai as a heritage city, and right, and just 10 years ago, we strive with the concept of creative city. That's why we have flea market. That's why we have the craftsmanship, which is like we just brought to sell. We didn't become a designer. We just bought something and sell something. And when you go to any place in the market in Chiang Mai, also in Thailand, it look the same. It can be creative itself in the city, right? When you go to street food in Pattaya, it also the same street food in Chiang Mai. But why? Why are we dividing things? We never learn about the localism, and we never learn and grounding up from the asset of the city. So it's all come with top down, and everything from the top down, see things strictly and solid and cutting as a place, one main function as a one place, and that's it. And it's produced you by regulations and use law and legal to control you guys, to control me, to control everyone. And this is authenticity of Chiang Mai, right? But it's sadly, the government and also the planners see things as a tangible thing. So they prevent, they just conserve it. They never care about people who maintain it, people who fostering, people who support it. So when you go to Chiang Mai city right now, it's very hard to see who are people support in this temple because we develop everything and we divide people out of the city. So once you're thinking of like you come for full moon party as a Yi Peng Loi Katong, right? In 12 months, in the moon month, you will see like, oh, Chiang Mai have a beautiful cultural event. but it never built up by local people. It's setting up, guys, it's setting up from money of government. So that's why it's just a fake event, because an event is never built up by money, but it built up by community network. Once you develop the city without understanding community network, you will divide people gone. And you need money to push some labor, to push something and creating culture. That is not culture, it's just event, right, guys? And one thing that power of top down is so super power, right? And lead you to see the understanding of the city. When you drive on the street, this is a main street, you see things that catch your eye, something big, something strong. This is the image of the city that government government creating to you to see. You go to the Chiang Mai, you always see old war. That is how you creating the age of the old town to see bigger. So you can see, whoa, we understand by seeing. You come to this city, is the access to the big pagoda. That's the landmark. So once you see the landmark, you understand, oh, this is the meaning of the city. And the street, the city will divide, creating the image on your eye to understand the city. So when you go by car or public transportation, which is not have in Chiang Mai, you will see only the thing that already created. But once you lost the way, once your GPS were gone, once you run out of battery, you can go anywhere without your mobile phone. You will lost the way, and you will see something that error, something that never belonged to the image. You lost to the alley. You see some dirty thing, some local people, some wooden house, and that is the thing they never design, and it's never be image of the city. And this is what had happened when we pushed so hard for tourism, and it's plenty of nightclub. Reality, Chiang Mai is plenty of nightclub, plenty of hotel, plenty of apartment, but it's never been broadcast as the image of Chiang Mai. So it's very hard to see things with two dimensionals, right? When you come to Chiang Mai, most of people go to the nightclub, but you will perceive like, okay, you will be struck by the image of the government that, oh, this is so beautiful cultural city, heritage city, but you just went there for tour or sightseeing. You never experience it. You never become, you see people who dressing like the local people, because it's very sad. Once we go to Japan or even Myanmar, right? People still wearing traditional costume because the way that they live is that the way that they live. But it's sadly in Chiang Mai, they have Friday traditional costume day, which is we ask students to wear traditional costume to school. So it's very fake because it's never belonging to our daily life. It's just announced to you have to wear it on Friday. That is like back and forth. That is very like regime. It's very confused, right? If we didn't use it, how can we call it culture? So this is very sample of the thing that I took from Japan. As you know, I graduated from Japan, but I'm not pro Japan. I understand it. It's bittersweet. It's bittersweet there. This is, I took this picture. This is one picture, not collaging, but I took this picture on the train. The upper part is the thing that government promoting. This is the train from Kyoto to Osaka, from Osaka to Kyoto. And they creating the visualize as the railway for culture, and they creating Michael or geisha, plenty of the train. It looks scary somehow, but lower is the real thing. People didn't wear a costume, or it's rare to see geisha on the train. It's really rare because geisha is still walk and still use the local public transportation. It's never used the mass transportation at all. But the real thing is people wearing unique clothes. People just wearing short, living as a modern life. And this is two things about authenticity and reality. And it's very hard because we're promoting for sale, but we never promoting or developing for use, for elevate people in it. So the bottom up is the key to understand things. But right now we're living in 21st century, right? it doesn't be the controversial between bottom up or top down anymore, but it could be engaged and integrating from top and down. We are connecting in 3D dimensional. So that's why it doesn't, I didn't pro only bottom up, because bottom up is very hard to push to become strategy, to become something that government accept. It's very hard and it takes time. But top down is never good because you never learn from the local, but it's very easy. It drain is very easy with the gravity. But right now we are learning for improve governance, improve management, right? We have to see things as the combination, as the participations. So this is not just 2D dimension, it's 3D dimensional. So you have to thinking of case by case. And that is how you see, and that is how you set up your narrative, right? When you see the city, thinking of your city or your area that you're interested for your research, you believe what is real or what is right for your city. This could happen to your city as well, right? Something is not right, but how? But something is not real, but what can we do? So this image is very, how to say, like it's very contrast with the image of the city, because this is the real pictures that I took from Chiang Mai. We never see temple in it, but we see only plenty of the hotel and department store and apartment. Strategy is a key. I think strategy is try to the city without learning, with just giving by the bigger organizations, and then that's why any place in the world have to become sustainable, have to become smart, have to become learning city. But it's not that sad because we are the one who use it. So we can, how to say, like, adapt, we can negotiating somehow. And this is Chiang Mai. Chiang Mai, we're providing, extending. This is city explore to dividing to the suburb, and it begin from the square as an old city, right? Right now, we have 3 circles around the city, and it's sad because it's cut all of the places without learning local, without learning community. So it's what dividing old heritage site, is dividing community with like 3 dimensionals anyways. And that's sad because it connects only city and suburb by street, not mass transportations. And this is a pictures. This is an image of the city that when you go to Chiang Mai, you will see, you will understand it. But this image, it was produced later. It's just not that far. It's just 60 years ago when Chiang Mai become one of Bangkok. And then they decide the new axis from the east turn to see Chiang Mai like the way that they want to see, as a cultural, as a heritage city. So this picture is just perspective from Ping River to the mountain. And that is just new. This is not an ancient city at all, because this perspective is what just built up. Because you know what? The real entrance of the city is from the north. Chang Gate is the main entrance. And as you know, right, the history, Chiang Mai become a part of Myanmar for 200 years. So Siam would like to not to use that access to deep power of Myanmar ships and also local. So they've tried to depower the existing power. So they change the image of the Chiang Mai like this. And that is an area happen. The area called Chiang Mai is the area that I researched it right now. The Chiang Mai is between the modernized Chiang Mai and old Chiang Mai. It's on the middle. It's on the middle between old city and Kat Luang. It means downtown, biggest markets in the city, and is located nearby Pink River. Scoping on Chiang Mai, they they just they're very old community, but in fact it was developed through the modern time, and modern connect everything by street. They have the new street called Tha Road, which is creating main entrance to the city. So that's why when you come to Chiang Mai, you would like to go to Thai Packet. The Thai Packet approach very well because it was made up. And you go there easily because all of the street system making Thai Packet as the one main road that you can entrance to the city beautifully. And what happened to go back to other sides? They're creating the way back by creating Chiang Mai would be the way back from old city to the eastern side. But that Chiang Mai road is not old Chiang Mai road. This is the thing that you see right now. You see Chiang Mai right now. It's beautiful with the modern mid-century building and also creative business inside of old building. But as you see, right now you get in from Thai, get out from Chiang Mai. That's what modern made you see. But back to the period of time, this is 2020, 2015, it's not that fancy. It will be abandoned area because the city was changed. People get in the city in the new direction. Right now, with the bypass, with the three circle, people get in Chiang Mai to Rincon. I mean, one Niman. People get in Chiang Mai from Niman Haven. So that's why the central business district was changed from east to north, but not in the north in with the OCD. It's moved to Niman nearby Chiang Mai University. And that's why back to the period of time, Chiang Mai were abandoned, like um, like wholesale building, not look fancy. And when you go to Chiang Mai, you already perceive only the way out from the west, from the eastern, right? This is the city made you see. And you already see Chiang Mai as like the bypass way, the way back home, anything not interesting. But this is all happened. The red one is business area. As you see, the business area happen only in the edge, around on the street. But what inside? Have you question what inside the city, right? Because when you go to the main street, everything is all well managed, well developed, everything up a shop. But what inside? That lead you to questions the thing that you perceive in the city, what's real or what's wrong. As creative city that we drive, when you go to Chiang Mai Design Week, you go to the pop market, all of the thing as a tourist, you feel, whoa, beautiful, what a design. But you know what? Most of them are not Chiang Mai people. And Chiang Mai people just be a participant. And design student in Chiang Mai usually have no idea what to do with this event. We just be a visitor as well. So that's sad, right? It's never grounding up. It's very funny because I have been to New York Design Week, and it's very fun because I make friends because all of the citizens they energetic. They would like to see new friends. All of the how even not produced by government. They want to open their shop. They want to celebrate this event. So this sense of the belonging is in the DNA. But this one is so dry. People in Chiang Mai, they don't know what is it about. Most of the design thing is come up from other places around Thailand, maybe like Bangkokian people. They would like to exhibit something. They just come here. It's very rare. It's very like less of participant. And also like as I said to you, it's beautiful. It's so casual eye. It's very well for promoting for tourism city, but it's all organized. It's set up, guy. It's set up, but it still have something that temple and monk try to do, but it's some small scale. Some temple they reach, they gain many money. They can do something fancy, something big, something fancy, crazy thing, but not every place. As you see, like any big plaza or any public space which is owned by government is setting up by the organizer, not grounding up with the communities. The local communities just just create just be the visitor as like such. And this is the question. Have you ever questioned urban development? Have you? if you go by the flow, like, okay, it have to be smart city, it have to be green city, it have to be heritage city, you go by the flow. But all of the developments is never have only pro, but they have con as well. So this is the real thing. When we go to the Chiang Mai, we see there the old day street called Old Chiang Mai is connect from north to south. And you know what? Like this, it become the street that you never see. Because if the city developed by the culture, developed by local people, they will design the street that people use, strange, big, wider, and making people living well. But this street, it used to be only Chiang Mai Street, connecting by the old earth wall, which is called Chiang Mai Gate, connect to the canal called Mekha Canal in the north, connect with the people to the Tapai Gate by food on feet. I mean, like they're walking, they have the agriculture field. This is like the old settlement, but it's never be old Chiang Mai. Once they creating street, they have to creating street called Chiang Mai, and they change the name of the old one to become old Chiang Mai. It's sad because it's never be old until the new come. And they changed the name from Chiang Mai Street to become Old Chiang Mai, and the new Chiang Mai called Chiang Mai to become like a very fast way to go to the Gat Luang and back to the old city. At first, it was two-way. You can go back and forth, but later it's very hard because the city were density and it's very hard to logistics. So they changed to one-way system. And it's when become the one-way system, you can go east to west easily. But it's very funny because when you are logistic, right? You can logistic for something in Gat Luang in the supermarket department store or market. And then when you get back, it take many long time because when you make the bypass way, right? It's very get back very hard to return to inside the city. So they make a new one, guy. They make the new Chiang Mai. This is a very new one because it just connect from the intersection and connect back to the Tapai Gate. And guess what? Chiang Mai, even Thailand, we are left side driving. But when you have to turn back to the city, it change your direction from left side to right side to be a western street suddenly. So many people in Chiang Mai call this is western street, but it's not western. It just come up, just not far away. But it had to change to be like this to produce the logistic way in Chiang Mai. So right now in Chiang Mai district, we have three streets. Old one, original one, but it turned out to be old because the real one is never creating for the old one. We have old Chiang Mai, and new Chiang Mai. This is development, guys. This is development only for business, only for providing tourism, gain much economic kind of thing. And that one thing that we see from this, we see the temple, which is will be hidden in the city. It is Chompu Temple. And with the development, we see this temple in this picture. I think most of you are from Buddhist city. Do you think this is the right perception to see building, to see temple or not? Talk to me. Maybe Yi Yuan. Hello.
Yes, Ajahn.
Yeah, you do think this is right to get into the temple? Try to use imagination when you get into the temple. You see pagoda first?
Yeah, but I don't think, but according to my perceptions,
Mhm.
I don't think it is not the right because it should be in the, I mean, the temple should be in the centers of road and the entrance that entrance also should be placed in the centers. But
Right.
I mean, maybe, I may be wrong.
No, you're right. You understand it. You understand it because the concept of the temple, right, is creating the artificial heaven, right? It's conceptualized heaven. So when you get into the heaven, you have to like drain or like put out something first and then try to be like pure, and then they have like the ocean, they have the island. You have to get in, climb up to the conceptualized heaven. You cannot get into the heaven first, right? This is wrong. This is wrong in many levels. And that means you understand the city by the different directions. And once people get in from Chiang Mai to this, you already think this is the gateway to the temple. This is so wrong because you have to see the temple from the north, right? That means the temple was setting up from north to south. You have to get in from the north to see gateway, main entrance, main building, and then pagoda, which is this is a concept of the Buddhism, and this is so wrong. And right now, if you go to any place in Chiang Mai, a developing country, this is or any place in your country as well, you will see you will see temple like this, like whoa, why do we have to get in? This is entrance or not? Why we get in this entrance easy than the real one, right? Because the modernized, the development never thinking of it. It's just like an object in the city and lead us to get into the bottom of the temple. So that's why people just thought like, oh, this is an entrance, but actually it's not the entrance. Thank you, yeah, to talking to me. This is yes, this is the way out. This is like the south axis of the temple. And I learned about that. This is the foundation. This is the resort of the city, which is we never learned. Back to try to like move to the real settlement. You see, the Chiang Mai district will connect from Thapek Gate to the small gate at the Chiang Mai. And this is agriculture community, which is plenty of blacksmith and also the local noodle called Khanom Jin, which is influenced from Myanmar a lot. And as you can see, they have many pagoda. They have two pagoda, which is abandoned. And those pagoda abandoned is used to be a temple, but it's never you say like revived. It's never renovated because in my theory, it used to be a Myanmar one. So that's why they have like the old city, which is what hidden in the gap of the Chiang Mai city. And that is the value, that is the knowledge. We never learned city in this direction before. So this is learning city. This is urban vernacular. If you see things, if you understand things by questioning, you will see something that not new, but something that never be told, right? And we have to see things that we develop from our foundations, not go by the flow. And this community will be gone by gone, like it will be less and it's not be just hidden, but it will be gone for sure. And this is urban vernacular, and we call local study. We have to study from the local, grounding up to understand. And this is Chiang Mai today, right? We have beautiful business growing, which is like the price of land is increasing day by day. But also we have existing community inside of the city as well. But how can we combine two things together? That is our job, right? We use management and we use the new governance to creating something sustainable. So we go back to see the assets as a cultural assets. We cannot just only protect old one, but we have to protect the new one as well. And from the research, the cultural assets is just not only the temple or old wall or gate, but the new one as the new cultural asset as well. The beautiful mid-century building, the beautiful curving corner. This is the new identity of modern city in Chiang Mai, especially in Chiang Mai. Every intersection in Chiang Mai, they make the curvy corner in the building. So for intersection along the Chiang Mai Road, all of the building is a curved corner. That is the new cultural asset as well. So that we learn, but it's just tangible. Isn't enough? No, we have to learn about people as well. And the development creating urban gentrifications. But how we understand urban gentrification is never be written by the literature before. So I have to collect the history that you be read or the history that be written is always one side of the story. So history have to collect the memory of the local. The local have experience, have opinion, and that we mixing, we reaping the memory and creating the local study from collective memory as a history from the people. And that is the new narrative of this research, right? We learn from the city development for sure, but we have to understand urban certification, why they move in, when they move out. And right now in Chiang Mai, as the modern Chiang Mai, we have 4 generations already. And the first generations is almost 100 years already, and some of them still alive as the mother of Pada. Pada is the second generation. She was raised here, and right now she community center. So she had many thoughts and never, many memories that never be collect. And also the fourth generation, they see things differently. They never related to old community at all, but they want to perceive memory like the old house. They would like to protect an old house, but not only tangible thing, but they want to creating the new experience inside it. These two guys, Webb and Win, they are fourth generation. They renovating the old wooden house to become the restaurant. If we're lucky enough, if you get all Chiang Mai, we will go there together to see how beautiful it is together. I finger crossed. I hope you guys are in Chiang Mai and COVID will be gone by soon. Okay, and not just that, I had to collect the memory from the temple as well. This small people who moved to this community since 1967, and all of the collective memories will become the new narrative of this district. And this is a local study. From that, the on-site studying, we are engage all of the participants from local people, from the social society, from the government, local government, and creating a focus group, design thinking, and do the workshop. And we creating the new workshop, which is providing the workshop that participate between the academic people from the Chiang Mai University and other university around the northern Thailand, and work with the local government and creating something called cultural mapping. And then we do the public hearing that what we understand, are you agree with it? And then back and forth, we're creating something that come up from the ground and top. We bring the top, we bring the government to work with us. So right now we do like the 3-dimensional of working. We engage people from the local with the social society, active citizen and government. We work together as the one agenda. And this is what we learn. All about the city have their own knowledge, have the forgotten cultural assets, many places. And we're creating the community networking on the site map. We're creating the cultural mapping, which is combine modern and local together. And yes, that's what the city would be. But if it ends with the mapping or planning, is that enough? No, it never enough. And it will be getting old rapidly because it's just the answer for that period, right? We have to try to find the new way to creating something that called social innovation. We have to protect people and we have to do the networking for the community. And that's why we build up the new, like the sandbox thing, to creating some event that try to or experiment them to work together. And we found out that they have one event which is never promoting, and it's Yipeng, it's like a Trong festival without the lantern. It's called Kon Khao Ya Ku Chiang Mai. And that is stirring holy sticky rice together on the midnight of the uh, of the full moon night. And that is a new thing that the urban people never known, but local people try to survive year by year, and then less of people, less of label, and that we will create it, this event together, and that is how it look like. The active citizen creating the poster, they promoting on Facebook, the local people get in and tell the story to the new one and creating the workshop that people can gathering and social society, they come up and creating the gateman, they do the decorations, and this is the event that we try to creating the strength of the networking and also giving the meaning of the old system, the old settlement. This event, we open the north gate and we use the old route, which is it's very funny because the old route is never recognized in Google Map. The Google Map have no map in it. So it's very funny. So we have to creating something on the Google Map. That is how you get in. And this is how we use the cultural mapping by creating the participation collaborative event and test it with the sandbox. And that is how it look like. And then once we're serving, we do the holy rites together, we turn back, we give it back, and we're providing the holy rites to the new people, to the old one, try to recognize the networking back to the day that we were. And that is how we done. Not just only the mapping without doing things, try to explore things, and that you can see what and me and Ajahn Pranom have done from this QR code. You can see the documentary in it, but maybe later. Okay, I will send you this slide on email for sure. If you have time, you can learn from that. Okay, and that is not just it, because all of the data of the local city become the learning city. Now I conceptualize and promoting on website. So right now people never have to talk the same. You have to knock on the door. What is this? What is that? Or come to me to what is local study. You can go to the website and every newcomer, new business people can understand what is this district, or even tourists can travel by their own way to see the real or local settlement in this district. So you can scan it, but maybe later. But sorry, it's all in Thai, but you can learn from the graphic for sure. Okay, and we just not do the Chiang Mai, we do another district as well. Do the Pahaniman, do Kwan Kamat Temple, and also Chiang Mai. Chiang Mai is one of three of the Learning City area. Yeah, I'm so sorry. It's only in Thai. I'm sorry, but maybe I will get money from that, right? I will do the year two for translation to the international. I don't know, but finger crossed. Okay. Um, yeah, this is what we done in DD, and not just that. This is out of the research. Once I become the local people, I make friends. I become the brother. I become the son of the old people. So I help them with my design skill. So this is Bada, the second generation, and they opened the local shop in abandoned pagoda, which is modern people always claim her like, oh, you are overran, you are used the heritage site really badly. But in fact, she protected, right? Before she protected, she have to deal with many homeless, many drug dealer to come and sleep around this area. So she had to make the fencing, and she had to open the shop to become like the one who protect this heritage site. This is another story, right? When we are like modern people, we drive by, whoa, why you overran this heritage site? No, she the one who protected. And it's very sad because she used this place for creating community space. And I'm creating some table, which is can be the chair and can be like the place that she can sell for food and you can sit on it, and creating some how to say like some identity brand for her, so she can understand Pada who protecting this pagoda, not the one who overran this pagoda. So this is the concept of the logo and also the concept of the table that I share for her. And also for the event maker, right? It's very hard to find something that experience the free market in Thailand. So I designed this one. This one is the pavilion that it's crafting for people can get in and get out, for creating some flexible market in the area of Chiang Mai, because Chiang Mai is just belonging to the street, as we know, because it's we're out of the development plan. So this uh, pavilion adjust for the space of the Chiang Mai, and I give it to the community that they can provide free market as long as they want. So all of the design is getting topic from the community, not I'm the one who decides something for them, but they giving me a topic. So I use my design to solve it. I'm not the one who try to find the problem and solve it, because that's my problem. I am the problems maker, right? The problem is already existing, but try to use something that elevate the local people life. And that is what I done. And I think this is my lecture. I think I would like you to thinking of your project as well, like what the city that you would like to be, or the city that be you. I think that is the the bigger questions, because if you want to be the city to be like what you think, you are not different from sitting as top down as well, but you are the city as well. You are the city as well. You are the reason why you're sitting like this. So you understand yourself, understand your narrative of research, and then don't be tricking by creating only the regulation, creating some management without people, or be the one who be in the mechanical of old system. That will be sad. And the city would look like this. This is a conceptualize of the city, but it's not from government, but it's from the people. They want something, and I creating the visualized thing, and that is not AI art. This is from me and the data from people creating the picture of the building. It's different from AI art, because AI never have the conflict, never have emotion, but us, we have emotion, we are human, right? So if you want to learn more about the cultural mapping, they have the English text on this one, so you can scan and learn about it. This is my article, so you can learn about that later, okay? And from that, it's become the new strategy, the new management. We're creating zoning and using area. We use the temple as the silent zone. We use the gap inside the building, which is plenty of residential, as the private zone. So if you want to do the business, you can do the business from 9 to 5 or 9 to 9. That's it. And then have to be quiet. And then all around that, it could be a buffer zone to become the protecting, the fencing of this community. The Chiang Mai community don't have just only one temple, but we have 4 temples. And this is the zoning and area use, which is built up from citizen. And that is how London City creating and implement to the city. And not just that, right now we're talking about walking city. The walking city correlated to heritage city and cultural city. And that walking route could be the same with heritage and cultural route as well. So don't you walk in the Chiang Mai only see the temple and department store. You will see local people as well. So this is the promoting the route way, and I hope it will become the cultural route, and it will become neighborhood economic soon, right? Because we're running this project for more for 9 months, okay? And not just that, the city is just not only the small gap. We try to connect to the local community nearby. So year 2 of Learning City, we hope to providing the local knowledge, the local society, and the urban vernacular, and try to connect to all community inside the gap of the city. Okay, that's it for the lecture. Any questions before we do the cover of the report together? Any questions? I think,
Sas,
hello.
yes. Yeah, it is a discussion that this is also about of what you have discussed. So, yeah, in Myanmar, as it is a Buddhist majority countries, even almost all cities and towns have pagodas, especially when there's a mountain near the town. There's always a pagoda, maybe Buddhist image or a stupa or a pagoda on the top of the mountain. So this is what we can see in almost all cities, especially when there's a mountain, a small mountain near the cities or town. So sometimes it is quite, normal, or someday it is boring. There's always a pagoda. Even even the city's governors or the authority have never talked, about the recreations or other kind of activity for the people on the mountain. They only think about building pagoda on the mountain. If there's a mountain, this is how the people in Myanmar usually think about. Of course, not just the Buddhist people, even the people like Chang people, they are Christian majority. And as they are part of Myanmar, they also used to think that there have to be a church, Jesus Christ statues on the top of the mountain, like this. So many people, if there's this mountain, especially for young people, it is very difficult to go there and have some kind of fun activity or recreation, because religions does not like such kind of things. Or the monks, right? This is the restricted area. You can wear short pants, or you cannot do martial arts and noisy, something like this. I'm not sure how to you think about this issue, especially when we think about the size or the cities or landmark or the cities or something like that. But in Chiang Mai, I'm not quite sure whether there is a pagoda on this mountain. I have never been there. So this is the first point I want to discuss. And the second point is that I am from western part of Myanmar, from Rakhine State. It is historically known as Arakan, the kingdoms of Arakan. So we have a historical kingdom called Mrau. I hope you have already known that. So yeah, Myanmar, they also have many historical cities like Bagan and Mandalay is the last captive cities of Burmese kingdom. So Mrau is the last captive city of Arakan kingdom. So, but what is the difference is that in for Bagan and Mandalay, they have pagodas and they have historical sites, cultural sites, of which are, very well managed or which are separated between the local community. But for Mrau, the cultural sites and historical sites are very closely integrated, with the local community. And it is very difficult to, separate, of course. This is a UNESCO process for Mrau Asian cities, but still very difficult to process it, especially due to the local community integration with the cultural heritage. So I think this is some issue that we can also have some kind of suggestion or ideas from your experience and something like this. Thank you so much, sir.
Oh, you bring out many interesting ideas, but I have to tell you about three things. First, the city belongs to people, right? The city belongs to us. So our opinion, we have our own voice. So if you don't like it, if you don't want to be just only the Buddhism city or plenty of pagoda, We have to use our voice by creating our voice and try to negotiate them, because the city belongs to people and they need people to live in the city, because we are the nation labor. I would say like that. We are the mechanism of the city for sure. And then the city, what would it would be? Sometimes Chiang Mai people never think that it could be just only the heritage city only. But why we just have only the strategy which is given from the government, right? We can creating our own, and we try to negotiate things as well. So if the city belong to us, if the city belong to the citizen, so how can the city go further? It's just not waiting for something new from government. We have to raise our voice, right? Raise out that what we are looking for, but not we one thing. We don't see things as like binary. They are not bad, I'm good, not black and white. We just ask them like, we think this is the way that we should be. You want to join us? Make the same team, right? Making the same team, because I think that the issue is the people never be the, the organization, never become the organism of of urban development. So we are just only the agency who be like given, just given. We are not giver, but we are given. That's sad, because if we can be the one, if our idea is better than them, raise it, right? I think we can creating with the new technologies, like you can do the Facebook poll, you can do something that can be the movement from the social media, and I think that is very vibrant, because it's go worldwide. It can negotiate something. If people from Chiang Mai don't want this city belong to just only temple, it can be right. I just open the floor and I just can use the hashtag. This is a new way that we can do, not going to the street protesting. That is will be like back to the old way. We are not protesting. We are developed. We are just we are we innovate city together. We're just not in another side of the city. And the secondly, I think every city have their own topics. As you see, like in Chiang Mai, our own topic is like it's just not modernized, but it's Siam nice as well. It's like the local thing that I want to push up. It's just not for heritage way, but the thing is local, the local knowledge, the local people, and that lead me to understand you what it will be fight with the pagoda. The pagoda is not representative of people. It's representative of temple, right? So what is represent our people? Old house, right? Village. This could be the image of the city. You have to promote what is the value in terms of local architect, local landmark, right? The river, the bridge that people use, the big tree that we already gathering. That is how city should be promoted. That is the new image of the city come up from the people. So promote it, not just become like promoting only pagoda. It's not represent us. We represent temple. It doesn't mean us, right? You're promoting the old house, promoting old village, promoting old pond. That could be the key, and that the government will like, oh, why people just it's become famous? Whoa, why? Because it's different from the tangible, because it have life. People use it, we gathering in it, and I'm sure the government will have an eye on it, and it can be the new solutions. And for the last thing, this is 21st century. We have to thinking of new, right? Sometimes I'm scared of it. I'm scared of AI. I'm scared of metaverse, because this is the superpower. Try to get in first, and then when you get into the metaverse, it's only beautiful thing, because they never bring marginal people in it, right? As like the 20th century, they're creating the city that you can never see marginal people. You can never see prostituting. You can never see low income people. But if the bigger power or big money get into the metaverse, They will design only utopia in it. And we are just surviving sadly in the real world. But in the metaverse world, they will have no conflict. It's just only beautiful pagoda, maybe. If in Chiang Mai, right, it could be a pagoda for sure. But I would like to creating some old house. People have to be in it. At least it had to be pada in it, in my opinion. Pada would get into the metaverse before the car packet, in my opinion, because people is the key of the city. Without people, the city means nothing, right? It's just drain, tangible. And one thing, experience is the key. You go to Myanmar, you go to Yangon, it's just not taking a photo with the heritage site. We would like to perceive the way that you eat, perceive that the way that you dress, perceive the smell. The smell is very scent. We want to touch something. Our perception is the key, right? So I think this is the way that we see the different or elevated the new research and could be more fun, I think. That's it that I would like to share. Any question, any talk, we can talk before we creating some AI. Whoa, this is a comment on the chat box. From Sapil. Hello. Oh, whoa. Maybe Sapil first and then Klein. Okay, Sapil, you would like to talk that what you're texting?
Thank you, Ajahn. So I have two questions regarding with the learning city approaches. Um, I just would like to see the relation between the learning city activities and its impact on the urban sustainable urban management. So for the learning city initiative, how does the activities have the relation or impact on the urban management, especially in the case of Chiang Mai? And I would like to hear your experience and perspective when you're working on the learning city development in Chiang Mai. And the another thing is, so I based on your lecture, I have seen that the activities are mostly for the learning of the resident in the city. Maybe like it's gonna be take in the forms of alternative education or lifelong learning. And I also would like to see the another perspective of the learning, which is the city itself. So how the city itself, in the case of Chiang Mai, how the city Chiang Mai itself learn from the other different city in the urban management, especially in environmental management, natural disaster resilience, and the heritage management, and so on. And I think like maybe a community of practice where all the city come together as a network and learn each other will be one of the things that you Chiang Mai will be working on as a learning city network. So I also would like to hear about that as well. So would you mind explaining more about these two questions?
Okay, for the first one, I already typed out. This research is aimed to support SDG 4 and 11. SDG 4 is mean like the sustainable educations. So that's why I have to solve all of the research outcome and output to become a website. And I have to create the new event for that you can learn from experience this event from the tourism visitor and anything. And SDG number 11 is mean the economy and social. So that's why without the economy, what is the economy, what it should be, right? It could be neighborhood economy. So local people gain money as well, not just only the people outside of the just only on the street, but people inside could creating. So it will become the lifelong learning and also neighborhood economy. This is the mastermind before I creating this project, and that's why it can become the city data. It's a stepping to the city data, and city data is just not only from data from government, but data from local people have to get in it. And not just that, not just data, people is the data as well. So when you want to go for the smart city or open data or have a city lab, this is the grounding data for city and for open data inclusively and collaboratively. And then for the social economic, right? This is a very pain point of Chiang Mai because Chiang Mai already grown only the shop nearby the big street. And people inside is very like hard to leave because it's very hard to parking their own car. The visitor from the business always park in front of the house. They can never live well as well. So how to creating the fairly residential and fairly business together as the sustainable social and economy. That is the theme. That's why we showed this area. As you know, like they have many topics around the city. So with about the goal for the sustainable education and sustainable social and economy, we show those three areas, Bahaniman, Kolkama, and Chiang Mai. That's why we show this one. Okay, and that belongs to the sustainable development goal at first. And then the second one, the Learning City was right to Thailand hard, and they give this scholarship for researcher many city, and many city they push and they work with the local government. So it's very how to say like it's challenging because right now Chiang Mai is one of membership of Learning City Network. We recognize as a network, but we never award as a learning city. We just we just a membership, and we becoming award or label as a learner city. But right now we on the way. But it's sadly because local government never get in directly. I would say like they have to give much more. Right now they just come when we ask to. They just listen to us, but the engagement between government, local government, and people and researcher is not that strong. That's our pain point. But we have very good example in many places in Thailand, like Payao. Payao, they also have they engage very well, and the local government support them very well. They they creating the new job for a mother, for housewife, and they're creating job for people who get rid of the job during the COVID-19, and they're creating the local economy by their own and very strong. And the city was held up together and they're creating the new district that is bazaar, that is great. And it's happened to pay up. But I really hope so that Chiang Mai can be like that as well. So right now, in many cities in Thailand, we are supported by this scholarship to become the learning city, which is the goal is the sustainable city, which is belonging to the UNESCO plan. But the direction is different because you learn from me, right? I already see things from bottom up to creating the new thing, and that is not just what every city have this perspective. Some city they just want to push up only the economic, so maybe they're just thinking of like how much that they gain for selling product. That product is created by the artist and local. That's it. That are different topic in every city. But right now, Thailand, they push with this topic, learning city a lot, nationwide. Okay, Clyde. Hello.
Hello, John.
Uh,
Hello. Okay. Cities are for people, and this is very clear in our discussion now. However, we can't also put aside the notion that cities are composed of different people with different backgrounds. We talked about learning cities, and this is very beautiful because it allows us to foster mutual learning between cultures. But this is I just thought that this is really difficult in reality also. There are also challenges, especially in pluralistic cities with, ethnic conflicts. In the Philippines alone, there are disagreements in urban planning, especially on in regards to Muslims, Catholics, and pagan people. The Muslims would insist that their mosque must be placed in this certain certain places, but it might hinder or it might trigger also the Catholics who have their churches that are standing still from Spanish colonization, from the Philippines, historic in the 1521 with the coming of the Spaniards. And there are also the pagan people who believes that their culture, which permeates even in the pre-communal period, should lead the architectural strategies that the urban must follow. So these are tendencies that we also have to think through, because there is a situation when these different cultures will clash and would disagree with how the city is ought to be planned due to their individual differences. So my question is that I was actually about to ask a question that was only an introduction. So how do urban planning and urban strategists like you, Ajan, who are experts in city development, consider the intensity of multiculturalism or the diversity of religion in a certain city? Or maybe this question, how do you maintain the inclusive aspect in urban developments?
One thing first, I think if you focusing on tangible thing, I mean like the reality, that is very hard, it's very challenging, right? But right now we live in 21st century. You can do anything on virtual platform. You collect the data about like the marginal people, about the beautiful architecture we just never remember or never recognize as the representative of the city. You collect that and you can create your own city virtually. And that is how the world will disrupt, right? We go to the metaverse before government. And then that's why how we uh, conserve things in our own way. And that is very fun and it's very challenge, right? You can use MR reality. MR is mean mixed reality. Right now, we have AR, right? Reality, which is you can creating some digital things when it's um, tracking on the GPS. So you use something, you walk into the city and you can see things through the platform, and you can use it in AR to visualize those kind of things. That is very fun. And also VR, you can just cut reality and see things fully from your glasses as this reality, the virtual reality. But MR is very fun because you use tangible and AI and VR together, so you can perceive it. You can go to some abandoned buildings, but once you use these applications, you can see the thing that is not allowed to build. You can build bigger than anything in the city by virtual. That is how we negotiate in 21st century. Don't use the digital platform to power up the old power. Use it for empower people. And that is I would like to challenge to see the new thing, and especially how to create the new thing. You have to do with the people, gathering the people. The community network is very the key because you cannot do it by alone. Those marginal people, those people that they be forgotten, they never be recognized, they have to grouping, and they are the resort. They are resort of the city. They are asset of the city. Making them, networking them, creating them to become one of active citizenships. And then the voice from the very silent will become louder and louder. And that loud voice can negotiate something somehow and also can recognize as some movement, because sometimes we so scared and we never raise our voice, we never become the way that we want to present, and we will be hiding. So try to negotiate them, try to speaking something. And I think the power of people, of the small people, will, how to say, like will help each other. So we are all the people. So it doesn't mean like only Christianity have to do it. If you feel like you want to help them, raise their voice as well. And this will be the networking of people, not just only the people that we recognize as the citizen, as like you are Philippine or not. No, Philippine mean what? Philippine mean us. We are Philippines, right? Even Thai people doesn't mean like only from Central speak Thai. Any people who living in Chiang Mai, they are all Chiang Mai. Even like digital nomad or any kinds, even foreign people can be our culture as well if they support culture. I think that's two things. Look, thinking of 21st century technique or disruptions, and also thinking of community networking. Try to connect people, and you will visualize and strengthen people. I think Ajahn Kai have anything to raise.
In terms of planning, I think Clive mentioned about that, isn't it? You mentioned about planning. So it might be, Ajahn Phu might answer from the bottom up viewpoint, but from the top down viewpoint, I mean, in terms of planner or people who work in planning area, you can recognize each group and each area by the image of that area. So we need to understand the city very well in every aspect. So we know which part of the city is whose or who or what's the major point. And when the good planners think about it, they should think about what's suitable for that area, not make it like, homogeneous or make the whole city the same thing. And I think in all cities, it happens like that. It composed of different districts. I have been in many old cities, especially in Chiang Mai. I have been here for all my life. So we have like different area of different groups of people. So you can add that in your criteria when you want to plan. And if you can keep that, you do not, for example, destroy all the mosques in the in the area where people praise and when they are Muslim, for example, or do not, I don't know, we have a lot of efforts these days. And of course, we can also include them in the technologies as well, as Ajahn Phu said. I think these two together will make it a perfect, sustainable city.
Yeah, I really think so. I think we can use planning to support, to empower people as well. Do the zoning, do the mixed use, right? We learn about mixed use, right? And that it's just a strong place for any one people, or we have to be a common people. The city vibrant, and I think you can find a new place as well. We can do the new regulation for zoning. We can creating the place that inclusiveness, like once we think about like public space, it's just not empty land, right? The design of public space, it could be related to some culture. If local people would like to sit on the floor, why don't you sit on the floor, right? It's creating something that related to people. And I just want to mention something as well. Like I forgot to talk about the environmental design. When you're thinking of like the culture and local, it could be the same thing. Environmental management would see from the cultural landscape, right? If it's sitting as an environmental, it's just like the street for car, and we divide people out of it. But if we protecting old canal, because this canal, people gathering for do the event, so we have to promote this environmental because people will use it. Sitting environmental have to have people to use, not just only the tangible thing like for infrastructure. empower and elevate our quality of life, right? If the canal it was ruined for making the new panel for draining water system. So Mecca Canal will turn out to be like the politic water because we're never creating the cultural landscape to become the infrastructure. So infrastructure is a new concept, right, and divided from the from the cultural landscape. So when you go to Chiang Mai as well, you will see things like, whoa, why the old canal is so dirty, it's so politic? Because it's turned out to be back of the house, because the street never designed for the people. And that's why the street is like set people to see all like facing the new way, and the canal become the back of the house, and then it's getting dark. Those zonings turn out to be like the dark area, so it's getting to be like a garbage area, and also the system of infrastructure is never understand the originally the water system of the low city. So this is the good water system for Mecca Canal, but it's turned out to be the drainage way for the industrial. So that's why the cultural landscape and infrastructure could become the same thing, and you will creating the environmental and management in your own topic and your own city. That I think I want to answer it clearly. So I add on. Okay. Any questions? This is very active class. I really appreciate that you guys have questions and talk to me. And I want you to know that this course will help you to set the narrative or set an idea to build up your research proposal well. And don't forget, this is your report. Don't forget, send it to me on September 1st. If not, okay, I will go for AR art. Guys, AR will ruin our life right now. Okay, this word, disruption.
Hello, Ajan.
Hello.
Hello. I would just like to ask regarding the this is technical on the paper, because you included there a certain segment called the preface. So do you want us to provide like an introductory sentence or paragraph in our paper before we give you the portfolio or the compilation of our works?
That if you want to add up your portfolio, that's fine. It could be like the appendix, right?
Okay.
On the end, but I
Also,
think I think it's like introduction. You are interesting, like why you showed this area, because you are studying something before, or what is like the way that you chose, or the concept that you're thinking of the city, just roughly, or preface.
may I ask for maybe an estimation of the word for the preface, like 500 words? Would that suffice?
I actually, it could be any. It could.
Okay.
It could be anything. Like I don't care. Just roughly introduction.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ajan, for clarifying.
But it could. I think right now you arrange the thing that you learn from our course to become just like one report, not collage it, but you arrange it. So that's why you have to look through to the unit number 1, number 2, and number 3, and then you back to write your own preface, right? Because it's just like the thing that people will understand all of the report. So you have to try to do unit number 1, number 2, number 3 completely, and then you write something before. So you set the directions of people who read it. Okay. It could be so. It could be like executive summary or abstract, but it's more like abstract. I think it's more like abstract. It's more like abstract. Just introduce what is it and what is the goal that you think. Okay, just roughly abstract. Okay, that's the preface. Okay, back to research, back to report. Oh no, not back to lecture. Sorry, back to lecture. Disruption is the whoa. Sharia, you raise your hand. Sharia, hello.
Yes, Ajahn. I just want to clarify one thing.
Mhm,
Yes, pertaining to the this paper. So,
mhm,
you know, in the unit one, our seminar topic is about the future city.
mhm.
Can we, combine this last part, seminar for new action and the unit 3, dream, Canadian dogs that create your hope. Because, our topic was future city for the seminar. So
It's up to you. If you find a way you can connect or eliminate, get it,
yeah,
put it
I
in,
see.
right? I just not to be the one like try to control or is it from other cause or not. No, this is you. This is your cause, right? You can push anything from any cause in it, but I will see all the connecting, right? Connecting the dot clearly, and it could be future. Tomorrow is future already. So yeah,
Thank
don't
you,
worry about that.
Ajahn.
Have fun. Okay, it's time to continuing the lecture. Just roughly before we creating AI together. Disruption is the thing that we happen right now. Digital disruption is real right now because we are in the virtual classroom. You never smell me. You never touch me. We just see things from the virtual, right? And yeah, this is disruption. And also we have to collaborations with many things because only one thing, one team or one knowledge, it never will work. And your research have to be integrations. It had to integrate to something new from the pain point and from the strength. It could be something new from integration. And this three words giving you to see things like this. This is tangible thing. This is new public park, right? If you cannot be built by belonging to the government, you try to see the gap of the regulations, and you can do something flexible. Like this is a park for bicycle. You can do a pop-up event. It's not permanently, but you can pop up it. This is not illegal. This is legal in Western country, right? So you can do it. Or maybe you can do something new, floating on the river. And you can do something that not real, but is projecting on the surface to do anything, integrating to the places. Or you do nothing, but you're just creating some virtual and people are just gathering on the real side. Like this one, they go to the drinking monument for playing Pokemon Go, right? Sometimes you never decide tangible thing, but you decide something, software, virtual, and it creating the movement, creating the management as well. So right now, we're living in the world that not just only architect creating the visualization of the city. AI, guy, artificial intelligence came straight in everything. Right now, we have AI art, which is generate the beautiful picture when you just type down the keywords or typing something, it will be generated to the beautiful pictures. And this is AI generator, AI art generators. It's just like the 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 hard skill. The hard skill in this world, like you have no idea about how to illustrate, do the 3D model, photoshopping, or have the hard skill like that, like the graphic designer do or architect do. Don't worry, because hard skill will be disrupt. You don't need to know anything, right? But soft skill is the key. I think soft skill is the way that humanitarian and also social science will survive on. So right now, as you know, or maybe you go to social media, you will see like people go to the Discord and use the platform called Mid Journey and creating the beautiful way art. Like it just put on some keyword and then it visualize like this. Okay, as you see, this is a Mid Journey, which is like a platform that they're creating AI art generator, but it's inside the Discord. Discord is social media network that providing the digital art in it. So if you want to use it, you have to become a membership of Discord before. I wonder, any one of you guys are Discord member? Or you have no idea what Discord means?
I just log in. I just am a new member.
Oh, cool, cool, it's cool. Are you anyone a member of Discord?
Yes,
No,
I used to use Discord for gaming.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. It's kind of famous in our place. Cool, kind of cool, cool. But in
Yeah.
Thailand,
We use it in
cool.
sometimes we use it in our academic thing, but it's kind of famous also in gaming because the accessibility is so easy in Discord. But in our classes, we also use this one because some signal in the Philippines are it's weak. So Discord, this app uses little data packets, so it is inclusive to everyone. Yeah.
True, true.
So this one is really famous in our place.
Many political movement they move into Discord once they want to gathering something. They use this platform, right? But not just only political movement, art, music, game, any lifestyle inside of Discord. But don't worry, I just give you an example. You don't have to be a membership if you're uncomfortable to get in. But I just want to show you when you just get in, right, and you use a Mid-Journey platform, you can / imagine, and then it will come up in like the lower section prompt. You just coding anything and enter. It will be generate the visualize for you like this one. I just type down Chiang Mai is a city. Is that the culture is, and then it look like this. I just type city Chiang Mai Thailand care architecture, and it's turned out to be like this. Look how smart it is, right? It's beautiful. It's well managed. Rendering is beautifully, but it's not Chiang Mai that I want to see. The Chiang Mai was just only the temple and traditional house, no cafe, not my house. Right? This is so sad because the AI will show something that it will be the algorithm shows, and that is like we get into another dimension, get into another metric. It's structural at the same. So I think this is look fresh, look new, and it's not for everyone or not for every topic. It's rapidly creating beautiful picture, but we cannot control. And what about this one? This is my AI art. I work with it, but I'm not artist. I'm just coding. I coding. Goodbye Lenin, deconstruction, architecture, and it turned out to be Lenin with his look crazy and red and white. This is all the thing that I didn't design, but algorithm chose and generated to be this art. And not just keyword. You can type your sentence like Chiang Mai is the city that culture is rich with local wisdom and people are happy, and turn out to be like this. I'm looking for people, but sadly they know people still. Right? This is AI. It's not my brain. It's AI brain. It's Mid-Journey brain. But I am just coder. So I don't need to study art. I don't need to do Photoshop. I don't need to do illustrations. I just be a coder. And this is, I find another thing that's interesting because we can play with it. It called create.staraya. Right. Okay, this is another AI as well. So I want you all open your Internet Explorer or Google Chrome and go to this website together. Okay, I will stop share and we will do it together. But don't forget that you have to prepare two things. First, you prepare to one pictures of your city. It could have image of your city strongly. And secondly, 3 or 5 keywords from your report. Okay, prepare from these two things. That's it. That's it that you have to prepare. And then go to this website together. Okay, I will stop share and do it together. Share my screen. Okay, right now, in this website, create.starry right, it's Starry AI. Okay, I just thought it's Starry, but it's Starry AI. Okay, I will. You guys go to this page already, and then click on login. Right, when you click on login, you have to connect with Google or Apple. Anything you want, you have to connect. For me, I will connect with Google with this mail, and then you log in. Okay, I will waiting for everyone to log in and to this page. They have the chat box. Would you mind to copy and okay, this one. Sorry, this one. Okay, I will waiting for you guys here. If you notice, they have 5 credit. Nothing free in this world, guys. Nothing free in this world. So you have 5 credits, mean you can do it for free just 5 times, 5 pictures. So today you will do your one credit to do this. Okay, use it wisely. Okay, I'm waiting you guys to log in and to go to this page. If you are in this page logged in already, raise your hand. Oh, cool. You raise your actual hand. I mean, you can raise by put the emoji. Nice. Yes, great, great. Most of you. Most of you. Okay, most of you. Jonathan, we're waiting for you. Take your time. CP, Eugene, Monyi, are you with us? If you in this page logged in already, raise your hand. Right now we have, hello. Okay, Monyi, are you all right? Can you get in to the page? Eugene, are you all right? CP, you all right? I don't want to.
Me, I'm not all right. How do I go to the page?
Pardon? Pardon? Are you already in this
I'm
page,
saying,
right?
no,
Okay.
yeah, I'm glad, but I'm not able to go to the page.
Oh, really? It's blocking?
Sorry?
It's blocking? Why can't you?
You were saying we need to go to the page, but I don't know how I
Oh.
can go it to
The link that I gave you on the
link.
chat, the link. Yeah, you click on the
The
link,
link.
get into this website, and we will do the ARR together.
Okay. Oh.
CP and Monyi, you all right? When you get in, you have to log in with your what? Who said that? Monyi, right?
Yes. I'm okay. Now I'm going to sign in.
Cool. If you're ready, raise your hand. Any hand,
Yeah.
like real hand or emoji one, that's fine. Okay, I guess everyone get in. Once you get in, log in already, you click create on the right upper right. You will go to this page. They will lead you to design the landscaping or something that is like modelized as a figures. I think for the city, I think we should use altar to be like an abstract landscaping. So click on altar. You will go to this one. Okay. You go to this one, and then as you see, enter prompt means you put on your keyword in it. Like maybe you put on people lab like this and comma and do like maybe your city, maybe Chiang Mai or your city in it again, or maybe anything you can put on with comma, and then that's it. Okay, this is step one. Okay. Put on your keyword as a prompt. Oh, I spell Chiang Mai wrong. And maybe creative, local, city. Okay. I think you all type down your keywords and then put a style. Click on add a style. This is how we coding, right? We show the style that you want your pictures look like. It have many style. Just on your mind, which one would you like? I think for me it could be concept art. I click on it, and that's it. It will be concept art. Okay, this is step 2. Short the style. Any style that you want. I think this one is very fun because you are not just only the coder, but you are the one who try to select what you would you look like by prompting and show the style. And then the last one, you click on upload and you chose the picture that you think your city will be represent. I will show this one demand. Any kind of pictures, you can upload it. And then if you're ready, click create. It will take a couple minutes. It will take like 3 minutes at least to visualize the thing that we type, the style that we use, and the pictures that this is the base of design. And that is our cover. Oh, me. It look fancy, guys, but it's not ready yet. It's in processing. And then you save as your JPG, save as a pictures, and then I would like to see individually work what it looks like, and maybe you can guess what is the keyword that your friends typed down. But this is your one credit already gone, so you can do it with 4 time with 4 credits. But technically, you can change your mail and you can get more 5 credits with any mail. Okay. Oh, I'm looking on your faces. You look so curious about what it look like. Okay. I guess everyone see my screen. Okay, this is what it looks like when I turn creative people, learning city with the pictures of one demand. And this is really crazy, right? They put the people in my pictures, they try to create my city. And yeah, why not, right? It can conceptualize my idea. And we are not get away from this AI. We are brain, right? We use our soft skill to work with it. I think this is the compromise way in this disruption. Okay, I would like to see other people picture as well. So, oh, the people just sent it on chat box, right? But I couldn't see it. So I think if you're ready, show me your AI art, maybe your first AI art Who want to become first person?
Should I screen share again?
Sure, Sapio. Share your screen. I would like to see your AI art. This is your first time to do AI art?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, this is.
Oh, nice. Whoa,
So
it's okay.
yeah, the style is storybook style.
Oh, that's why. It's very cute. You what you call it? Collective management on and deliberate. Oh, whoa, great. I think the deliberative governance is make the way that like the webbing, like they have no center kind of thing. It's beautiful. อ่ะครับสอนอยู่นี่เดี๋ยวผมโจทย์ครับเดี๋ยวโจทย์ I'm sorry, I'm teacher guy in the school and they knew people will use this room. So okay, that's fine. Okay, very nice, Sapel. Use this as your cover. Anyone want to, it's very great work. It's very great work. It's beautiful. Anyone want to show your works? We run out of the time. Sorry, I have to do another meeting as well. So any guys want to show? Whoa, moves. Oh, shall we show it? Hello.
Actually, I sent the image. I think mine can
really?
be open. Yeah, you can open mine.
But why can you go up to the upper side? Oh, you can share it again. I would like to see. Anyone can see your pictures. It's beautiful. I think it's very beautiful. Oh, everyone want to see the picture. Wow, your work is nice. What is your prompt? Can you scroll down to see that your keywords? You can click in it. You can click on the pictures, and then we will see what you're typing down. Whoa, livable city, safe, healthy, well-being. Whoa, nice. Use this as your cover. It's really beautiful. Any guys want to share again? I think Jivin. Oh, Clyde. Okay, it's like a war now.
I have some technical problems.
That's fine. Whoa, eco-friendly, economically. Whoa, nice. I think your best picture is pretty. So that's why it's whoa, it's beautiful. Do you like it, Clyde? Yeah. And you can try more, you have 4 credit.
It's like, it's like fantasy.
Yeah, right.
But maybe it's because of the art style, but I like it. The reference picture was this.
Yeah.
This was the oldest convent in the entire Asia. And it is located in my place, so it's kind of a historical landmark.
So we don't need to do the photoshopping, the hard skill, get rid of. Let AI did it for us, but we have to have our soft skill, right? Importantly, the keywords, it's not everything that it pop up, right? We have to set our narrative, the proposal of the research, it could be strong. So the pictures we're working on and deliver the message behind the keywords that you're typing down, okay? And I think the pictures that you showed could represent your own community well, right? So that's why it's very generic to the beautiful. Anyone want to show your work? It's like a war.
Hey, hello.
Hello.
Can you see
Ricky.
the screen? It looked like this. I tried to. I don't know why it become like this, but originally it was a building look like this, like a lot of buildings. But now, when I after the AI, it become like this.
I think it's nice as well. Like it shown up to say you like the green building. It can be something that just overflow to the building. Like it just straight to the city in great ways, like beyond expectation.
It's really beyond expectation. I hope I thought it would be more realistic or something like that. Yeah.
Maybe you can use on Mid Journey. I think Mid Journey is more realistic, but you have to become like the Discord membership before. Yeah, you can try Mid Journey as well, but this one I think is very easy, and we are a part of the design. We show us the pictures, one pictures, right? We show the basement, and we type the technique, the style, because the Mid Journey you can show the style. You just type down. You just coding down.
Okay. Thank you.
Nice, nice, Vicky. It's remind me of Hong Kong a lot. Any guy, if you think you want to show, just show. Yeah, I want to see yours. It's your time, I guess.
I have some technical problems, so okay, let me.
Can you share yours? Ready? If you're ready, anyone, Kel. I think any people are just surprised by the picture right now. Oh, now we see yours, Chariots. Oh, you already said it. Okay, but it's from economic, vibrant, inclusive, local people. Nice, nice, interesting. And that can give you an idea as well, like how to manage the city with many kind of pattern and city fabric. Nice, thank you, Sherry. You have to download the image. Don't forget to download it as well. Save on your mobile, on your computers. Whoa. Oh, really? Interesting. What you typing down? Oh, the upper green space connecting ruin land. Oh, you type the sentence.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice. Do you like it?
Yes.
You can.
But no creatures, no human
You can
creature.
dislike. You can dislike it. It's not your work. Not 100% your work. You can dislike it, but you can try it on 4 times.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess that's it for today's class. But don't forget to send the midterm evaluation as a report and use this art to be your cover, right? And I think if you've done your report, maybe you change your mind about your keyword, you change your mind about your basement pictures, that's fine. You can create it, a new one as well. Oh, beautiful. Very
This
beautiful.
is mine.
Whoa.
Sorry, I try with another. Yeah.
Oh, you use another credit, right?
Yeah.
Right now you have three more. Beautiful, beautiful. Well, it's like a future city.
Sure.
Nice. Thank you. It's very Yangon public space. Nice. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope you enjoy AIR, but don't forget you are brain. You are have brain. Not let them took away our soft skill. Thank you. And that's it for the class. And I record it so you can learn it later on the clip. So good luck with your examination week and see you guys next 2 weeks. Have a good examination week and good luck with report. Bye bye, guys.
Oh, Ajahn, before we go, I just want to confirm one thing. So we submit the paper for towards CD we want to Ajahn Kai, and we also CC you in the email loop. So just want to confirm if you have received the paper or like the Ajahn Kai as well.
Yes, I received it.
Okay. Yeah. So we do not have. So we don't have the class. This sustainable urban management class for the upcoming 2 weeks. And then we see again.
Yes, right.
Thank you so much.
Bye bye, guys. Any questions you can ask me by mail.
Ajahn, so sorry. So for me, I didn't CC you in in my email when I send my second assignment to another exam. Yes. So do I need to CC my email to you?
Yeah. If you're not sure that your report is delivered to Ajahn Kai or you cannot find Ajahn Kai email, you can send it to me. I can send it to her later.
Yes. Then I will just forward my email to you. Yes,
Yeah, let's just forward it to me. Yeah,
yes.
don't worry. We are the same team. So that's it. Bye bye. Bye bye.